Welcome into Twice Half That. I'm Anthony.
What's up, I'm Daryl.
Today we're going to jump back into sports and talk a little basketball since it's playoffs.
Today I seen right when I was getting off of work that the Nets were eliminated, and I wanted to talk about.
And let's not just leave it at that. They weren't just eliminated.
They got swept.
They were swept.
And hey, I got to give it to the Celts. They came out and they played hard. Those people are really gelling. And isn't it funny that the team that takes Kyrie down is the Celtics?
Yeah. I mean, what was it, game one, I think, where he's running down the court, flipping off the fans and everything?
Yeah, which I like seeing that, but when it counts.
Yeah.
You know, he was more an asshole.
And it's there's a reason he's got all his vitriol feelings from Boston fans. It's because he was there, said, "Oh no, I want to be a Celtic for life," and then dipped the second he could and went to the Nets with KD.
Well, the second that he realized that he wasn't just going to get their respect off top, that, you know, respect is earned no matter where you go.
It was not. Well, yeah, that's 100%. But it wasn't just that. It was also the fact that he had a chance to team up with KD, and he's sitting there saying, "I could stay with Tatum and Smart, or I could go team up with KD in Brooklyn, and we could go do something there."
Wasn't he already in Brooklyn?
No, they signed at the same time.
Oh, did they? Oh,
yeah, that was the whole.
Game
yeah, that was the whole lead up to that. All the speculation that they were.
I don't mind someone being like, "All right, I came in here and we got off on the wrong foot. You know, you learn from your mistakes, and let's start off fresh." Because I came in here and I fucked up the flow, and or I wouldn't say he's saying he fucked up the flow, but the flow got fucked up, and their working relationship was in the toilet. And, so he wanted to go and he wanted to play with his boy. There's nothing wrong with that.
And I got no problem with that. I mean, that's essentially what LeBron did with Wade and Bosh in Miami. Like, I'm not a fan of the way he handled the whole announcement, the TV special and all that, even though
I
it made...
understand why he did it.
Well, yeah, especially when you go back, like, now, knowing hindsight, what transpired in Cleveland prior to him leaving the first time, I probably would have been a little bitter, too.
Yeah.
And by little, I mean really fucking bitter, and I probably would have handled it a lot worse than he did.
Yeah.
So...
Allegedly, one of LeBron's teammates on the Cavs was sleeping with his mom.
And everybody knew. Like, damn near everyone on the team, the front office, all these people knew.
Allegedly. Now, if that's true or not, who knows? But I could understand being spurred and burnt,
Oh, yeah.
Nobody on the team could let him know.
Nobody.
If it's true.
You can't even anonymously be like, "Hey, bro, you got to check out Delonte and your mom."
No, everybody got money. Go hire a PI.
And for doing that type of thing where you're just following to see if someone's doing something, it's not overly expensive, especially when you're talking about multi-millionaires.
Well, and shit, look at, if LeBron loves you, you're gonna get paid. He will.
Oh yeah, say what you will.
Be able to do
say what you will about the man. He gets people paid.
He don't make
that he
enemies.
Wants to get paid.
He don't make enemies. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Unless you want to call him not the GOAT, which he's not.
He's not. And we could dive down that rabbit hole a little bit and talk about that. Like, there is no true GOAT because each one played in a different era than their previous GOAT. Doesn't matter who you're talking about, Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Jordan, whoever you want to call the GOAT. It's kind of hard to do when everything's... It's like using the comparison of Jordan to LeBron. It's a different NBA now.
Different.
But it was
a lot of different.
Well, it's a lot of different, but it was different when Jordan was playing than when Wilt was playing. So it's one of those situations where there really is no GOAT, but you are the greatest of your generation, of your time, however you want to put it in that manner. And to that point, he's definitely there. It just based on sheer numbers. But then you get in a conversation, what about Jordan? Well, Jordan played in a harder time. You could hand check, you do this, you do that. But they also weren't playing the game the same way because of that.
Defense was a lot harder.
Well, not just harder, but everything went through the paint out now it's from out in.
Well, and
so,
they didn't really like you shooting any threes. That was
unless you were that niche guy on the bench.
And then even then, they were gonna keep it to what, like max 2 shots a quarter.
Yeah,
and weren't really gonna let you.
No, unless there was just that freak incident. But yeah, it's the whole GOAT conversation, in my opinion, is something where you're not the greatest of all time. You're the greatest of your time, of your generation, of the time that you, from when you were in the league to when you left, you were the greatest player during that time. And that's the way I feel about that. I mean,
yeah, and
then that's where you get into that, where it's, yeah, he's the greatest of his time.
I wouldn't even, you couldn't even say that. There's a big argument for a couple other people. Duncan, for one. You know, shit, you could even...
Duncan, I wouldn't say Duncan's the better player. He's the more fundamentally sound player. He may be one of the most fundamentally sound players to ever suit up, at least in more recent times, when the game went away from the traditional, peach basket, and you're running super fundamentally. You're at, since, Showtime Lakers, since, these teams came along.
Yeah, but... Duncan went up against him and beat him.
That's
multiple
true.
Times. So now, if you're gonna go off of, which general is better, hey, that general has you beat multiple motherfucking times when it counts, where it counts, and when it truly comes down to leadership, where is that guy? When shit hits the fan,
he's not a good leader.
He punches a goddamn wall. Oh, my hands are, that's why I couldn't.
I also question whether or not he did punch that wall, though. You just without anyone having seen it, without me having seen it, it could simply be another tact of.
You're not that dumb a motherfucker. That's not something you do. You ain't gonna punch no wall.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't believe that shit.
Not after, what was it, game 2, I think.
You may have been flailing and doing too much. Not saying, fucking being hyperbolic in your movement and fucking smack something. I could see that.
But outright punching a wall, and after a loss, it wasn't a situation where you got ejected. It wasn't a situation where there was some massive temper flaring incident on the court. It wasn't a situation.
The greatest of all time, like Stephen A. said, in that situation with JR. You would have asked for the ball. You would have demanded the ball. You would have made that goddamn play, or you would have been the one to facilitate the way the play went.
And that's pretty much what I was saying when that happened was, that's JR's fault for dribbling it out and doing what he's doing when the clock's about to expire. But ultimately, that's your leader's fault. That's your coach and your leader on the court, which is LeBron. That's their fault because the ball should be in their hand. JR had no place taking that final shot.
Nah, we all know.
And it's not like he was killing it that game either.
No. And you could see it. Sometimes the load becomes too much. Not calling him dumb because his basketball IQ is fucking
higher than mine.
Yeah, far higher than mine. It's just sometimes, shit. So not everybody is... geared for those high pressure situations when it's, the load is a lot. It's not just that game. That was the first game of the finals. You still have all these other games. And did they sweep their way in, or did they have some trouble getting to that?
No, I don't think they swept in any of the years that we played them.
Yeah, so see, it wasn't like it was easy, and I'm not taking that away from LeBron, but, we cannot ignore the fact that in all the leagues, they do protect their investment. You cannot deny that.
That's a smart business, though.
And, he was protected. Kevin Durant was protected. And you could see he was having a little bit of fucking problems. Those past couple games, he wasn't getting calls. That shit starts to get frustrating.
He was getting blitzed a lot more, which it didn't even dawn on me that it hadn't really happened too much in his career prior to this, but it really hadn't to the degree to where he's getting triple teamed. He always had enough around him to not deal with that, and it's interesting seeing how he's how he's handling it initially.
Well, and the Celtics also probably seen that him and Kyrie aren't gelling that well.
No.
Kyrie really ain't moving off the. No one's really moving off the ball.
No, they want to play ISO 100% of the time.
And there's several plays where you could see Kev's looking, oh shit, I got shut down. He's looking around, there's nobody. Yeah. They're over there standing, staring at him. They're essentially doing what I'm doing here and just sitting there like...
And essentially doing exactly what you do, then just sitting there running their mouth.
They're not even running their mouth. They just slack-jawed. On several plays, you can see it. They're just...
Yeah.
It's like, come on, dude.
It's save us, KD. You're our only hope.
That is a big fucking problem.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's Kyrie's fault. And bringing it back, LeBron, he gets a lot of guff for, failing the way he did because, number one, take this year, for example, he put this team together. He fucking was proclaiming all this shit. And it's like, it's okay to be like, hey, we're going to fucking make a run. I expect people to say that. But to be, I'm the greatest of all time. Oh, when I beat the Warriors, that made me the greatest. Like, no, it didn't.
Well, and just with just
give you kudos,
anything,
that was nice.
Oh yeah,
that was
that's
good
a great
shit.
comeback. That's yourself.
Fuck.
But also, the
that doesn't make you
head case Kyrie was a big part of that.
Yeah, I think he made 5 of the big shots that fucking sealed the deal.
He was the one that closed those games and closed out that series. It wasn't LeBron. LeBron got them to the end, but without Kyrie, they don't win. LeBron got them there,
and there's nothing
and then
wrong
Kyrie
with that.
Closed it out. It's just like in baseball. Starter goes, gets you to a certain point, then the bullpen comes in, then the closer who closes the game for you. It's essentially the same thing. Not every player has that gene. Not every player has that ability, or a situation, which is probably more so what it was with him, where you expel so much to get to that point that you just don't have that little extra oomph there. And that's where having that wingman going along, your Robin to your Batman, whatever analogy you want to use, that's where having that gets you to that game. Gets you to that win. Yeah, exactly.
There's no problem with that. But he brings that on. He brought that on himself when he proclaimed himself the greatest. KD never did.
No, and for all the faults of KD, being a Warriors fan, I have no ill feelings towards KD. He came here, he got us to the final 3 times. 2 of them was 2 massive injuries away from winning all 3. Could some of the things been done a little bit better on the way out?
On everybody's side.
On everybody, not just him. On everybody, on the team, on the players, on the locker room, everything could have been. But that aside, I hold no ill will towards him.
And you were not a luxury. That made no fucking sense. No. That's some moron talking out his ass. I understand. He made a lot of money. Fucking, you have to, got to be pretty smart to do that. But, socially, you're pretty fucking stupid to not understand he's not a luxury. How many did we win without him?
1.
How many have we won without him since he left?
Let me do a little math.
We're about to win 1, hopefully.
We've won 0 since he left.
So it's all like, it's a 2-way fucking street. I need you, you need me.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the one thing everybody said the Warriors needed? A big man. And during the finals, when we got when LeBron and Kyrie came back on us and the Cavs came back on us, which was fucking shitty as fuck, but phenomenal for them.
Yeah, good for Cleveland, but fuck you.
Yeah, for real. Fucking, I completely lost where I was. Son of a bitch.
I think I know where you're going and talking about how part of the reason that we ended up losing that series too is Andrew Bogut was hurt.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing. We didn't have a big guy. We needed a big guy. Everybody said he was hurt. We always needed a big guy, and then we went out and got him. And KD said in that series, "Whoever wins, I'm going to the loser." That's what he said. I'm pretty sure that's what the fucking tweet he made, and they put it on the TV on the finals. I remember watching it. It's
probably gone now, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's fucking gone. This motherfucker got 1,000
That's the other thing.
accounts.
KD, you will probably never hear this, although the way that you got rabbit ears, you might just because I mentioned your name.
You're above that.
Exactly.
You
You're
don't.
better than that. You do not need 18 burner accounts to sit there and to captain yourself, bro. Your game speaks for itself. You're a Hall of Famer.
Allow
Do not
your ego to be your downfall.
Bro, you'd be better off deleting all social media and just living life a lot simpler, bro.
What'd you say? Video games and basketball, bro.
Bro, you don't need it. You don't need it because it starts getting there. You go.
And basketball.
It starts getting in your head, and you can see how it affects you. It affects you, bro. Just step away. Just step away.
Don't let the fucking media make narratives, and then you're all, I gotta fucking argue against it. No, you don't.
No, exactly.
No, you don't.
You really don't, dude. You're a phenomenal player. You're a generational talent. You're gonna be fine when you retire, fiscally, and there's no need to put that extra. Yeah, it's not a normal job where it's just stressful, office job, stressful this, stressful that, and your, finances aren't stressful in the same way that it is for the average human being. But, bro, it's a game. It's a game.
You know
it. And the stress your body goes through on the court and on through the travel and all that, you don't need that added stress, bro. Like, chill.
You don't need it. That fucking distraction. That shit's stupid.
Yeah. You're better off, if you're going to have social media, don't make it public and only have people you truly know on there, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's, players in the league, whatever. But don't
even do that. Go Kobe, bro.
Yeah.
It's all you gotta do. You got a small window in which you can fucking forge your legacy. And right now, ignore everybody who's his legacy is tarnished because he got swept. Man, shut all that stupid shit
shut
out.
all that stupid shit up
This was not your fault.
Yeah, no. This is not your fault at all.
They traded all those fucking people away for Harden, and look at what he did.
And then the piece they got back the piece they got in return for Harden didn't play a single game this year. And filed a grievance against his former team for $20 million that they withheld because he refused to show up.
And, Ben, dude, you really...
I mean, we've already gone down the Ben rabbit hole, but, dude, come on now. I was listening to the radio earlier, and they made a great point. He doesn't want to play basketball anymore. He doesn't want to play in the NBA, but he still wants to collect that $120 million.
Yeah,
and that's essentially what he's... Yeah.
This is Kawhi. Kawhi birthed this shit where, my thigh's fucked up. Well, you went to our doctors, and they were like, yeah, he could play. And then you go to your doctors, and all of a sudden, I can't do that. No, I can't. Well, how come this guy, who had the same injury, went in when it was far more fucked up, and he played a good portion of the game? Oh, well, I don't want to do back-to-backs, and I don't want to do a day game after a night game.
And I don't want to have to practice.
I shouldn't have to travel with the team. I shouldn't have to... It's like, fuck that shit. As an owner, you need to step in and shut that shit down.
No, exactly. And that's... Ultimately, it's the coach, then it's the GM, then it's the owner. It's just like management anywhere. When you got an employee that doesn't want to do what they're supposed to be doing, you handle it. All right, move it up to the next. You got to nip it in the bud because that's what ends up happening. And granted, this year's different for him because it was an ACL injury.
Nah, fuck that bullshit. Nigga, you took how many games off last year? Maybe your ACL got fucked up because you're not playing as much. You're not practicing as much.
But he can't play if the ACL's fucked. So this year, that's why.
Did he know his ACL was fucked up?
No, it happened in the playoffs last year.
No, but did he know that there was something slightly fucked up with it, and that's why he's playing this, I could only play these
I got what you're saying. Like, there was a pre-existing issue there. Yeah,
sign this fat-ass motherfucking check for
you. I mean...
And then, I'm only...
I don't know how the physicals go for professional sports, because they do have to pass the physical before, like, once to...
But look at the amount of bitching he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, my doctor.
So I don't know what's entailed in a professional, physical, but I would assume they would check shit like that, but they may not. I mean, I know if I'm signing someone to that kind of money, I want a full MRI. I want to make sure everything's good because I need to be able to take insurance out on it at the very least.
That's true. But even still, you're not playing as
much.
But
they may
That's
not.
Probably why you're getting hurt.
Oh, absolutely. If it's either you're doing something on the side, which I think is what's Ben's case, because if he's claiming that his back hurt, bro, how'd you hurt your fucking back while you're sitting at home?
You know, as a massage therapist, that you can lie and say your back is fucked up. I could do MRIs, X-rays, CT scans.
It's a freak injury that you can't pick up anything. There's no neuro.
Oh, it hurts. Oh, well, here goes some dope. Thanks. It feels better. Oh, no, don't. It hurt. My bad.
Just like how he was supposed to play Game 4. He was supposed to play today, which, maybe it would have helped extend the series. I doubt it.
I don't give a fuck if it did. Get your ass on the motherfucking
But he was supposed
field.
to play.
Court.
And then yesterday,
Field court.
I think it was yesterday, the day before. It was either yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday. He goes into the facility. Oh, my back's kind of sore this morning. I don't think I'm going to be able to play.
That's fear. That's fear.
And if that's the case, dude, get on a couch with the fucking therapist and work through that shit. There's sports psychiatrists.
Get out on the court and play. You know how to do it. You don't have the fucking yips, or show us you have the yips.
Yeah, and if you have the
Build
yips, go
that
see a
fucking
sports psychologist.
sympathy back up.
And a sports psychologist can help you work through it. It's been done before. There's been plenty of athletes at every level that get the yips. It
Retire.
just happens.
You can't do it. Retire, motherfucker. You have a whole year.
Nah, because
You
if I
didn't play
retire,
the whole fucking year,
including training
you wanted
camp,
out
all of it,
of fucking Philly because they treated me like a little bitch, and it's all like, well, bro, you bitched
you're acting
out
like
on them.
one.
You what the fuck? You want to be treated like a big boy? You gotta act like a big boy, homeboy.
Yep.
And you're not. Literally every occasion, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do it. Oh, I can't do it. And then it's all like, all right, well, Nets, what's going on? And then these reporters are finding out, what you mean? He ain't even at the facility. Like, well, where is he? You don't know. Oh, well, we know, but, we're not going to say where he is. So he's not here. He's not with any of your people. He's just with his people.
No, he's just chilling. He's just chilling.
What the fuck is this owner doing? Motherfucker, this is your organization.
You're paying this fucking guy.
Literally, visit him face to face. Sit that little motherfucker down. You want to get paid? Get the fuck to work. You don't want to get paid? Let me know now.
Yeah, because then you're in violation because you're refusing to come in.
And the NBA needs to do something.
They need to step
who's the
in.
Commissioner?
Adam Silver.
You need to grow some balls, bro. You need to tell these motherfuckers, get to work. If you really want to lower the amount of games that are played, lower them. Increase the amount of playoff games. Remember,
I'm fine with that.
Stars are forged in the fucking playoffs.
I mean, and everyone that says,
season,
well, the extra
not
teams.
Practice, nigga.
We're talking about practice? Not just the fact that, the argument of people talking about you're going to dilute the playoffs, you're going to this, you're going to that. No, because the teams that are going to win are going to win. But you get every once in a while you get that Cinderella, just like you had in the NCAA this year, the first 14 or 15 seed to ever make it to, I think it was the Elite 8. That's fucking fun. That brings eyes. Now you got a player on that team that no one really knew about because usually that team's not a national team.
You make more money in the fucking playoffs.
Well, that too. But now that player that balled out, people know his name. Now
you can sell that jersey. Now, as that team, if I'm that team, I want that because now our TV money's going up. Now, people want to come out and see this guy because he put on a show. And ultimately, that's what they are. They're showmen. Well, and you got to give these kids something to strive for. If one of the reasons Zion is, being a little turd,
although
is he doesn't want to be there.
allegedly, he said he can play and wants to play in this playoffs, and the Pelicans aren't letting him. Allegedly.
Well, yeah, you're overweight, bro. That's what you're not understanding. You can want to do all the shit you want to do. You're overweight, which means their investment is getting blown out the fucking window. You've been in the league how many years, and you've played how many motherfucking games?
I think 3.
And you've played, I think, 112 or some shit like that?
You're 3.
It's all like, that's not enough games, dude.
No.
You need to lose weight,
Dude,
fast.
And not just that, like, you're rocking 3+ bills, and you're not, like, you're far taller than the average human being. You're far taller than I am.
You're far more explosive. Do you understand?
But not just that, you're not as tall. So proportionately, it's not the same. You're not Shaq. You're not 7'7" You're like 6'7", which is fucking tall, but that extra 5-6 inches, that extra 5-6 inches compacted that weight. So now there's a lot more weight on you. It's not proportional. Your body's not supposed to be carrying that.
Think of the load that is put on his knees, his ankles, and his hips
and everything. Every injury he's had, including back in college when he blew out his shoe, is all lower body.
What happens when he has a play where he goes up, comes down, and whoever's under him falls, can't get from under him.
Yeah.
And his big ass falls straight on his back, straight on his arm, turns around, whips around, smacks his knee on the motherfucking ground. So you will get fucked up. You weigh a fucking
dude,
ton,
even take all that scenario and throw it out the window, and it's a breakaway dunk, and he goes up. That explosion off and
what if you
landing
crush
down,
Steph, bro? This shit ain't cool, man. On accident, cause you slipped, cause someone was sweating. You know, and then you eat it.
Just on a breakaway, even when you come down, that force, all that weight coming down, you do that enough times, that's a lot of wear and tear on your joints.
Hey, go ask Chuck.
Yeah.
Ask Chuck towards the end of his career.
Really, any old big man. You watch them walking around when they're like, now that they're older, you watch Bill walk around. You watch Bill Walton walk around. You watch, although he did have injuries,
Muggsy Bowles walk around. He's cool. He helped save Earth.
That's true.
Space Jam. It's your chance. Do your dance. It's a Space Jam.
Oh God, fucking R. Kelly. Jesus Christ.
Why, and LeBron, why would you try and make Space Jam 2? You should be trying to steer away from what MJ did.
Yeah,
not literally try to copy him.
Not try and prove you're better than him by making a shittier version of his movie.
Yeah, what was up with that? I mean, I hope you got paid.
Well, I mean, it was his production company. It was part of it. That's a big...
Then why would you not try and get Michael back? Why would you
Because he wants to prove that he's better than Michael and he doesn't need Michael.
It's like, dude, see that shit takes away.
But yeah, like touching on, like, bro, why did you have to go? Like, I know why you did it, but I'm still asking, why the fuck would you do? Like, come up with your own idea. You know, that lightweight rips off Space Jam.
Don't even rip it off. Do your own fucking thing.
Exactly. Do the Shaq. Make Steel. Make Kazam.
No. Rip off Kobe. Do what Kobe did. Make these little basketball documentaries. In fact, steal this idea. Go and make little basketball documentaries about all the kids here in America. All of them. Spare no one. Fucking rich, poor, and motherfuckers in between. Then go abroad. Go to Serbia. Go to goddamn, Russia. Well, not Russia right now. But go to, England. Go to Germany. Go to these countries where basketball is trying to get a foothold.
Or ones where it's already kind of...
fuck communist China. Quit bending the knee to these goddamn communists.
Just for money.
They're killing their own people. Like, why? Why are you going to defend them? We're gonna have their people. They'll buy our shit. Trust me. Again, like I was saying in the earlier podcast, our culture will break down their bonds of or their chains of bondage on these goddamn people in that fucking country because they're treated like straight shit.
Well, and also on top of that, they already censor what goes in there.
Yeah.
So you talking down about that will be hushed out real quick. It'll be snuffed out before you get a chance.
They also know how to circumvent that. So the more you encourage them in these subtle, roundabout ways, doesn't have to be overt.
Yep.
You can convert them to our culture, not bend the knee to the fucking communist Chinese because, they gave me money. No.
And even if it's not directly our culture, you're going to open them up, and now maybe they look at Germany, maybe they look at Finland, and go that route. So, but it's getting away from, as you said, the chains of bondage that they're being held in right now.
And that shit, and it just, it's an escape. Basketball is an escape. It's a game. You provide something that very few people in history have been able to accomplish. And it's something, I'd say, I'm probably wrong, but uniquely American. Other than Rome and, outside of fucking executing people, how many times did we have motherfuckers gathering just to watch games? And
I'm sure there were some
there are.
things,
I'm giving hella examples now. But we blew this shit up, to a whole new level.
Yeah.
Even before there was TV and radio. There was football clubs. There was baseball clubs. Baseball was created,
1883-ish, something like that. Yeah.
That's a long goddamn time.
76.
Basketball's, 30, 20?
I think it was the late teens, but it kind of
got a foothold. It was invented in 2030. And so that's brand new. It's
I think they played it
70 years.
America.
They just are 75.
75. Well, that's the NBA. That's not basketball. That's the NBA.
Oh, okay, well, yeah.
So I think it was like the late teens, and it kind of got a foothold in the 20s. But I'm kind of talking out my house right now.
We've been doing it for a while. If you're a basketball head, comment below. So you can reach a lot of people. You can do a lot of shit with even your podcast. Bringing, talking about podcasts, bringing it back to being stupid and, saying some stupid shit like, oh, well, we don't need a coach.
Yeah.
Kyrie, why would you say that? That is dumb. And then Kevin Durant, why would you not correct him? That is a bad move. You can feel that. I'm not knocking you for that. But it is an extremely dumb fucking move.
And it's an even worse look for you to say that and then go out and get swept.
It's insulting your fucking coach. And then you guys aren't going to listen to him. Then you should have asked for a straight, brand new coach, not Steve Nash. Why are you going to do that to someone who clearly has a pretty large fucking, sway in the NBA world? Not so much as a coach, but as a player. Why would you disrespect him like that? He didn't disrespect you. He keeps going out and defending your fucking silly ass.
And that was a big one. And
then you're going to come out and be like, oh, well, we didn't really gel, and that team is really gelling right now. And why? Why aren't you gelling, homeboy?
Why aren't you gelling? Is it because you didn't play any games at home until the very end of the season?
Because
you didn't play any games at the beginning of the season?
It got nothing to do with your fucking preference about, oh, I'm anti-vax and this or that. No, you knew what the fuck you were doing. You wouldn't get to play, but you would be getting paid.
Yep.
That's the game you were playing. And personally, I think that's who you are. You don't want to play basketball. You want to get paid the money to sit on your ass and fuck off.
Yep. It's kind of very similar to Ben. It's kind of similar to Ben, where I think that's a similar situation where he just wants to get he wants basketball money, but he doesn't want to play basketball.
And that's why he didn't want to coach, because he thought he could just street ball it. Look what street balling got you. See what happens when a team game plans for you?
Yep.
You're playing checkers, homeboy. You're not.
They ain't even playing chess. They're playing 3-dimensional chess.
They're not even playing that. All they know is go fucking...
No, I'm talking about Celtics in that situation. The team that they're playing against.
Oh, yeah, they didn't even have to do that. They know you don't know what you're doing. The team barely's fucking gelled. All they got to go lock KD down. He's super tired. Let Kyrie get his points. Let him run himself out, get frustrated, get all pissed off when we start.
Did you see that little interaction he had after that game, too, where he flipped off the fans with the media member?
Oh, yeah. See what I mean? It's all like he's...
what's hostility? We're playing basketball. You want to talk about that? Talk to the fans. It's like, no, I'm asking you, on the court, did that fuel you? Man, I just go out there and play.
It's a kid. That's a child. Grow the fuck up. I understand being frustrated, but there's too much in that goddamn Rolodex that I could pull up that, damn, that's another bad one. That's another bad one. That's another bad one. I got good 5 ones of you, and that's of you hurting my team.
Yep.
And the rest has been like, damn, come on, Kyrie, what the fuck? I want to see you do good. But you keep shooting yourself in the foot.
Can't get away from it. Cannot get away from it. And that's where, what Stephen A. was talking about, I'm like, damn, I actually agree with Stephen A. What the hell is going on with this world? What the fuck? But it's true. He wants he can't. He's a professional work avoider. Basically, is what he said.
Professional bullshitter.
He's a professional at missing work.
Oh, I can't do that because of my religion. Well, there's other people in your religion currently playing and have played, so not saying that he's used that excuse, but it's like at this point,
I wouldn't put it past him at this point. Yeah, I would not put it past him. You know, when what was it? I think it was after the January 6th.
Yeah, Stephen A. brought that shit up.
Yeah, like...
Go on YouTube and look up Stephen A's little rant about Kyrie. He hits the nail on the head.
And he's a professional ranter. You know, we're amateurs at this point.
He's a professional journalist who has been doing this for some fucking time.
Oh yeah, and he's got his little shtick on ESPN where, you know, he does his little stuff, but you know he unleashes his Larry King, or not Larry King, fucking
his Harry Carey.
Don King is the name I'm trying to think of. You know, the way he's speaking, you know, it's, but you know, a lot of times he's talking out his ass, but that's fine. That's what people kind of tune in to see. But in this situation...
Well, shit, and ESPN got that motherfucker on so much, he's running out of shit to say.
He's just talking. And whatever comes out, he don't even know what he's saying until it's already out. You know, there's too much fucking content. But back to what I'm saying is, everything he said about Kyrie, it's like, oh no, pay him. 1-year contracts.
Yeah.
He can't be trusted.
He can't be. Is he right? Yeah. Is he worth the money? Yes.
But when he is on the court, he is worth the money. He is a top 10 player in the league.
When he does what he is supposed to do. Practicing. Showing up to fucking every goddamn team meeting. You know, doing shit that needs to be done. Because he is a superstar.
Oh, absolutely.
He can't stop from shooting himself in the fucking foot.
Well, that's what he knows. That's what he's good at.
You know, it's not like he's a Westbrook. I love the guy, but it's like, homeboy.
Pound for pound, maybe the best athlete I've ever seen in my life that I can remember. I mean, I was alive for Bo, but I didn't really get to watch Bo. I could go back and watch footage of him. But, you know, pound for pound, Westbrook might be the best athlete. Pure, explosive athlete, but that's where it ends.
If you don't know where to put it, then... it's might as well be wasted. Yeah, all your triple doubles, all that shit, all that was cool, but you know, we can't deny that the team was set up to help you get there. So is it truly a triple double? You know, I personally like what you did, but I can't give you that accolade because just like LeBron, the whole team is set up for you to fucking make stats. Like, what the fuck? I'm not allowed to be, you know, someone who's allowed to fucking grow as a player? I just gotta sit here and feed you shit this whole goddamn time? Nah, it's cool.
But then be ready.
And then get the blame.
Be ready when there's 3 seconds left on the shot clock and you pass it to me.
Oh, and you fucking got 2 shots the whole game. Like, no. That's not basketball. That's annoying ass fucking just, okay... so we're going to watch this one dude fucking bring it up and down the court.
Yep.
Bring it up and down the court. Well, look at all the assists he has. Well, yeah, because...
that's it.
That's what the fuck it was designed to do.
Yeah.
It's all running through him.
It has to.
It's
and then
assist
that's
time.
why he's got 30 points, because he's already gone and got his points. Now he's trying to get his assists, and he's fighting you for the rebounds.
And it's not organic the way, you know, what the fuck is his name? Tall bastard. The Bulls. Lakers. Why am I spacing on his name? The coach. Jesus.
You're talking about Phil Jackson?
Yeah, there we go. Phil told Michael, yeah, hey, I'm pretty sure you could get us fucking 50 a night. But I need you to be about 28, 35 points a game. More about 28. Distribute the ball, get shit done, lock down the victory. That's how you win.
Yeah, like they were talking about, I think it was on Last Dance when they were talking about it, where Jackson introduced the triangle offense, and Jordan's like, this is stupid. And then they won a couple games using it, and he's like, I like this. Yeah.
Because it works.
Strategy works. And say what you will about Jordan as a person, and even as a player, yeah, he got numbers, but ultimately what he wanted was that W. I think like a lot of those hyper competitive individuals, he hated to lose more than he loved to win.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. I do not want to fucking lose. And watch that motherfucker when he did lose.
Oh yeah.
He's hot.
And
Pissed.
and to the same point, Kobe was the same fucking
Yeah,
way.
did
Kobe,
not
who
like to lose.
I could not stand while that motherfucker was in the league, but when he retired,
Yeah, I give him his respect.
I gave him his respect, and also went back and went, damn, he really was fucking good.
He was.
He
but,
really was.
You know, you were Lakers, so fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. And you kind of had a little brash persona, but that was because you wanted to be private. Your dad played pro ball. You wanted to be private. You wanted to have Kobe the basketball player on the court, but off you were Kobe Kobe, not any type of celebrity
And
at all.
Kobe was they tried to MJ Kobe, and he wasn't about that.
No, because he just cared about winning.
It's all he wanted. Win. I don't
Yeah,
have time.
and
to
more
do
than MJ, they try to make him
shoot.
LeBron before LeBron and be the next.
Well, yeah. Well, MJ was good, but let's not forget that motherfucker was manufactured. Nobody can deny that. You know, I love the guy. He was great, but you know, my dad watched a lot of those games. Fucking, and you know, I have to put a slight asterisk on it because of what the fuck that ref said.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. You don't call that on Michael. You don't call that on Michael. Like, should I call the league? He's getting told that by Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson. No, you don't call that on us.
Yeah.
You don't call that. I'll fucking make a phone call. That right there, that should let you know that the league is protecting that guy.
Yeah,
They're protecting
I mean,
your investment.
it's
He's
it's
bringing
not
a lot
quite
of
as
eyes
scripted
towards the
but
sport.
They do like it.
It doesn't have to be scripted.
Well, no.
Anthony's doing good. Let up on the motherfucking fouls.
It's kind
Let
of
him
it's
play.
well, where I'm going is, it's not nearly like scripted in that manner, but it's similar to professional wrestling in the sense of this is the hot character right now. In this case, the actual player, but and not a fucking wrestling character, but it's the hot character right now. He needs to win.
Yeah,
That's what
the
everyone wants to
babyface.
see.
That's what we're
That's
gonna
what everyone
fucking
wants
make
to see.
happen. You know, you could set forth the narrative because you know it makes it easy. You know what's gonna happen.
Yep.
You can build it up and then have the payoff. You can build it up and then subvert the payoff. You know, oh shit, the Cinderella won. You know, that was coming out of nowhere. And it doesn't happen all the time. And in sports, it's not
And really, if it happened all the time, it would
everything
lose
is
its
fixed.
luster.
They're just gonna, you know, they're gonna give a little bit of push, a little bit of help to this motherfucker. You know, and although I will say the Super Bowl is a whole nother beast, allegedly. I'm just saying, you know, Vegas wasn't having another Ronda Rousey, fucking Conor McGregor.
There's a
I'm just saying
lot
that.
of money involved.
And that Patriot Falcons game, it was sure heading that way. Go look it up.
Yeah,
It's
they were
too,
going to
it's
lose
too
a
coincidental.
lot
Too
of money.
coincidental. I'm cool. And you're stupid if you think the Black Sox were the only motherfuckers that played niggas out of motherfucking title. Need I remind you about the 2001 Kings?
Oh yeah,
They straight got
Yep.
played.
Yep.
Again, mandate from the motherfucking NBA. We want a three-peat. Make it happen. And what happened? I think they three-peated.
I think so. I think they're the last team to do it too.
Yep.
Yeah, it's sad because it's not even sad. It's frustrating is the right word. With when we start getting into gaming and sports, because that's what you're seeing, and it starts as I don't know if it's just as I get older and get further away, or the fact that sports betting is starting to become more and more legal, that you're seeing it more, or maybe I'm just paying more attention. I don't know if it's happening, if it's actually happening more, or if I'm just noticing it more. But I feel like there's a lot of situations in pro sports, especially big games, and especially football, where an official can really affect the game.
They do. They fucking affect it.
But I don't know if it's necessarily more than it ever has been, or if I'm just actually noticing it now. But it definitely seems that way.
I'd say
you
there's
watch playoff
more.
games, and you know, being a Barry guy, I watched the Niners. there's times where I've seen in the playoffs, in that NFC Championship game in 2011, I think it was, against the Giants, Pierre-Paul was lining up offsides like 90% of the game. That's why he was putting so much pressure on Alex Smith. He was lining up offsides. No calls. No calls. You can't tell me that with that number of eyes, nobody noticed it. It wasn't just one play.
It's a lot. It happens all the goddamn time. And apparently, the gloves that wide receivers use now was created by a former kicker or some shit. And they literally stick. But, bam!
Oh, you hear people talk about it. It's almost like Stickum.
Yeah. No, it's better than Stickum. It's way better than Stickum. And it's all like, see, that's cheating. No gloves should be allowed. You know, another thing, they said that they have, I don't know if this is true or not, but there's magnets in the ball. The pylons are magnetized. All you got to do is put juice in it, and it'll help pull the ball a certain way. And, you know,
see, if that's true,
allegedly, if you were to go
that's
on
even
YouTube
beyond
and looked up Rigged
officials.
NFL, they have a bunch of shit pointing out, you know, hey, this is some weird stuff. You know, a whistleblower, NFL lawyer who was, I don't know if he was about to whistleblow. He had some fucking dirt, and that motherfucker ended up dead. Just shot in the head randomly in his fucking car.
Yeah.
It's like, could that just be coincidental that
absolutely.
He was a whistleblower
it could be.
And he got shot in his car?
It could be, but I would
Allegedly.
tend to skew you being a little naive.
Allegedly. Now, us being Americans, we are modeled heavily off of the Roman Republic. And I don't know if any of you are fucking aware of this, but they were murderers. All of them. Every single fucking one. And if you were rich and someone was in your way of making money, what's a good way to get rid of them?
To get rid of them.
Man. And if you have money, you can get rid of a lot of fucking... You just straight buy people off.
Yeah.
You can pay
I mean, that's how organized crime works. They pay people off to get away with what they get away with. Look, that's how the mafia was able to stay in power and operate the way they did for so long,
and
still do, but not to the same degree.
And they paid off the cops.
Exactly, they
got away with it.
Off.
Look at how many times there was a cop.
And even if it wasn't necessarily the mafia, but look at things like during Prohibition, during the 20s.
Oh yeah, we ain't no better.
Yeah.
I hope all you fucking people know that we are no better than back then. We do all the same shit. It's just easier to hide. You know, back then they didn't try and hide it. You know, they kinda did. Now they understand that they have to, and it's a lot easier because I can keep you distracted. You know, hey, you're not making enough money. Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'll get on that. You know, if I'm a Democrat, oh yeah, I got something coming to you. Nothing ever comes. You're a fucking Republican. Oh, yeah, I got something coming to you. Nothing ever does. Yet their pockets stay fucking lined. This shit is...
Not just lined,
old.
But they're getting fatter.
It's old as motherfucking civilization itself. Where you have people doing a lot of work, invested in what's actually going on a large scale. You can have the people at the top like, oh, well, they don't know what's coming in.
Yep.
That's just one person doing their job, putting one in the pot. They don't know how many people put in the pot. I'll just take a little off the top. Take a little bit more. Take a little bit more. Take a little bit more. Nancy Pelosi. Take a little bit more. Take a little bit more.
Mitch
Take
McConnell.
a little bit more. You know, and I specifically say Nancy because you literally voted multiple times to raise your goddamn pay. What about the rest of everyone? Oh, well,
no. She was part of also, you know, she likes to raise the taxes and stuff like that.
She's garbage. All of them are. I don't trust any of them. They shouldn't be trusted. You know, they're garbage. They're garbage individuals who literally do not want to help. Because if they wanted, they know what they got. They know what needs to be done.
Oh, if they wanted to, it would happen
education.
like that. I mean, it wouldn't be, there wouldn't be anything. It would happen instantly.
It's easier to subjugate stupid people. And guess what? We are all pretty fucking dumb. Go online, go compare all our educational standards to the rest of the world, especially the rest of the first world.
Yep.
We are seriously lacking. It ain't getting better, which means
and
our kids are going to be dumber.
Did
which
you
means
did
we're
you
gonna,
see
we're
that
going
Florida
down.
Florida banned, I believe it was 53 books, including math books, that they said contained CRT.
Yeah. That's the same shit that the Nazis did.
What part of critical race theory is a math book teaching you?
And why are you so afraid of fucking learning your history? Why are you mad? You didn't do it. Why are you taking such offense?
And many of you, your ancestors didn't do it.
And even if they did,
no, even if they did, it wasn't you.
It.
But a lot of the people that get so offended, their ancestors weren't a part of it either.
And if your ancestor was a Confederate, fuck the usurper. Fuck them. No other country on earth will name a goddamn army base, military base, after a usurping general. Why would you do that?
Nor allow their flag to be flown.
The only person I would give you is Lee. The only the one guy, Robert E. Lee. Anybody? No one else. I'm not accepting anyone else. I'll give you, and that's because of everything he did before then. And even then, he shouldn't get a statue.
No.
You usurped.
You don't get a statue. And for all the people that are getting upset about those statues, look at when they were built. And
they
by
were
who?
Built in the fucking 60s by the Klan to subjugate.
No, it wasn't the Klan. It was the Sisters of the Confederacy.
Yeah, see? Again, usurpers.
So, those weren't historic. And beyond that, you were idolizing an enemy combatant.
Why? I can understand.
You can't call you cannot call yourself a patriot and idolize an enemy army, enemy country, enemy combatant. Idolize. You can respect. You could go through history and respect leaders from different armies that you went up against, but idolizing, that tells me a lot.
Man,
you can't call yourself a patriot and sit there and idolize.
Because there's a lot of Confederate generals I respect. A lot I don't. But, hey, you got to respect a motherfucker for coming up with a good plan who, literally executed it.
And we're not talking about respecting them as a human being. We're talking about respecting their military guile.
Yeah, what they did on the field of battle. Anything other than that. And I hold very little ill will towards the average fucking Confederate soldier, because a lot of them were conscripted. A lot of Union soldiers were conscripted. That was nothing.
It was the wealthy telling the poor to go die for them so that they could. Yeah.
Sides.
On both sides.
Yes, the war was about slavery. It was originally about slavery. They started making it about states' rights so they can have slaves. And then, the North was a little bit like, man, fuck them. I don't want them to have money. But, and then it became a slave issue.
But even then, saying that it's the North saying, fuck them, I don't want them to have any money.
Or it was an issue about states' rights. It was more than that.
And even if you want to use the North as the example, saying, fuck them, I don't want that money, the easiest way to make sure that they struggle for money is to take their free workforce away. That's it.
Well, and it was wrong. You had a lot of Christians here.
Oh,
you
absolutely.
At the turn of the century, 18th century, or
19th
century, you had England. They were like, all right, look, no more selling slaves. And then, or it was no more selling or no more buying. One of the two.
I think it was buying.
Or shipping. Some shit like that essentially it's like it's not outlawed, but we're going to make it a lot harder to do. And then eventually...
technically you could still do it. But
it didn't
you can't make it like they took part of it away to make it nearly impossible to do.
And then eventually it was all like, all right, we're getting rid of it. And by the time we rolled around as a motherfucking, country, our founding fathers, the whole, they had to play to the southern states or, our colonies, I should say.
And that's not to say that they didn't have their own free workforce.
Well, they all knew that it was going out.
Yeah.
At the time, it was starting to go out because you can have all these people on your tobacco farm, on your cotton farm. Cotton, it's one of those things that's very expensive, but at the time, before the cotton gin was invented, it was hard as fuck.
Poor Eli Whitney.
Yeah, man.
Poor
talk
Eli
about
Whitney.
Shit blowing up in your face. Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin to get rid of slavery. It brought it back. It invigorated this shit tenfold.
Exactly. And instead of, he invented it to replace slaves to end slavery, and these plantation owners took it and went, we could run even more through here.
And
Go
Eli
get me more.
Whitney was white. And, just to show that it was on its way out. And, we had even kind of made it, all right, no more buying.
Yeah.
So it was just, oh shit, and that's where it became, I gotta breed. And that's why, hey, we're so sick and, we're hung like motherfucking bulls. It just, hey, it's part of the fucking process. But, they created their own demise.
Yeah.
They knew what was, and I don't mean with their whole eugenic shit, but with, their greed and how they treated everybody. Because the top of the Southern elite, they didn't give a shit about poor white people.
Hell no.
This shit, if they could, they put them motherfuckers in chains
They
too.
they viewed the poor white person maybe 2 notches above their slaves.
And now, if you're a poor white person, shit, nigga, you're in my boat. Welcome to the club. They don't like you. You ain't worth shit. There's more poor white people in this country than there is poor anybody.
Yep.
More poor white people on fucking welfare than anybody. And what do? They keep you niggas fucking super segregated from everyone else.
And then tell you to be pissed off at everybody else.
These are the people. This is why you don't have shit. In order to give the black dude something, I'm going to have to take from you.
Yeah.
This is the shit that they told people back in the day. It's all propaganda. It's slowly fading away because...
And what really irks me is that we now have access to all this information in our pocket, not just on a computer anymore, in our pocket, but people would rather sit there and dive down their own rabbit hole, not a random one, but their own viewpoint rabbit hole.
Echo chamber. You get caught in an echo chamber. We're all guilty of it.
We're all guilty of it, but people take it to the umpteenth degree and sit there and dive in, and it fuels that hatred of all these other people because it's the illegals that are doing this, it's the blacks, it's that, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what side you're talking about. It goes both ways.
It goes always.
Yeah, not just both ways, human. Always.
Prejudice it's built into the model. It's what we do.
No, and that's another thing I want to touch on. Maybe I'll bring that up a little bit, but we could touch on it next week even more. But damn it.
It'd be like that, man.
But the echo chamber situation, that's what we're talking about. Fuck. But they get so far into it that they start... Damn.
Yeah, they just keep fucking running their mouth and it's just reverberating off the wall. You're not going to learn anything if you're hearing the same shit.
Well, and then they keep repeating it back like it's fact. But it was just someone sitting there typing it up in their fucking basement. That's not news.
You're Pinocchio screaming down the hall or the whale's mouth or whatever the fuck it is, and they,
the whale's gullet.
It's fucking reverberating off the walls and then back to you. Oh, I like the way that sounds.
Yeah.
You say it again and then again and again and again and again. It's like, no, stop that. Everybody stop that shit. And don't get super defensive when someone says something that you do not agree with.
Or that challenges your viewpoint.
Man.
It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it's pertaining to. Whether it's pro-life, pro-choice. Whether it's, gay rights. Whether it's this. Whether it's that. Don't get combative. Form a conversation. And that goes both ways. Because if you get one person who has one viewpoint and another that has another, and one's willing to sit there and have a conversation, the other wants to sit there and call you names, it's not going to work.
And people are allowed to disagree with you.
Oh, absolutely.
You are not. And hey, even when you are the expert, because we're human, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to keep saying what I want to. And that's the problem.
Yep.
Got to get past that. Which is why I was saying earlier, I would like not mandatory boot camp, but something where we are forced to all get together.
Just all get dumped into one fucking melting pot.
And, moved around so you get to know who the fuck your goddamn fellow Americans are, because we occupy
Get a little uncomfortable. Man,
we occupy a unique fucking space in history where we have essentially 50 different fucking countries being like, hey, let's unionize and just be like one, but I still, I'm still gonna do what the fuck I want to do in my own state. You get to do what you want in your own state, but we'll come together and we'll agree on some federal shit. Is that cool? Yeah, it's cool. Not too many fucking other goddamn countries do that. Their provinces are more like, what I always thought a province was like a state.
Kind of like ancient Greece.
It's more like a goddamn county.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit. Like, so we really are fucking unique when it comes to shit. California, I think, 3.4 trillion in GDP. Do you hear that shit?
Oh,
That's more than what are we equal to? We're equal, I think, to England in their GDP. Do you hear that? England, the empire. That's what California produces. Florida, 1.9 trillion in GDP. And Texas, I think, was like 2.3 or some shit. It's a lot of money. Hey, and 2.3, why the fuck are you cocksuckers getting so much federal help? Look it up. It's online. The government puts it out there. You don't do shit without the help from democratic states. Yet, I believe in people who fucking fend for themselves where you're not. My state's fucking footing the bill for you.
Yep.
What the fuck is up with that? One thing I've noticed is Republicans love to say, oh, I did it all on my own. When you dig, it's all like, hold up, bitch. Half the fucking money came from all these other people. You didn't do shit. You didn't actually, most of it came from other people.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's called being intelligent. No. You said you footed the bill for this shit.
You doing it on your own would be you somehow coming up with money without getting it from anyone, starting a business, doing every aspect of it yourself, marketing, everything. That's coming up on your own.
Or the oil companies. Look at them. Why the fuck are you getting a subsidy? What are you getting a subsidy for? You're in the black always.
And the thing is the prices keep going up, so they raise it.
No,
that wouldn't give you record profits.
No.
We're not talking about record revenue, record profits every quarter.
You keep allowing this shit to happen, these fucking people, just like Rome, we are going to be hollowed out from within. And do you think they're going to be here for that? No. They already have homes and yachts and shit everywhere else. If we fall, okay, look at what's happening with the Russian oligarch shit right now. Homes, yachts, all their property being seized.
Yep.
If we fall without a war, all our oligarchs have all that elsewhere. They're going to be gone. They'll be fine. They'll wait for shit to calm down here, and then they'll come back and do what they've been doing, taking money from us. Because the way capitalism works is I spend, you have it, you spend, and then someone else has it, they spend, and then I have it. You take my money and then go hide it offshore. And then you sit there and go, more please, more please.
I don't have any.
And then when I run out, you go to the government and you go, no. Don't pay that guy who's been giving me money. Pay me. I need it. I'm a corporation and I can't fail because look at all the people that I employ in the United States. But, how many people do you fucking hire part-time and then fire?
Or even if you don't fire them, you hire them part-time and keep them part-time. Because if they're part-time, there's no benefits.
Yeah.
There's no retirement. There's no health. There's no anything.
And then now that's pretty much all these fucking companies have. Oh, well, go get educated. Go get educated. You know how much that shit costs? And if you're poor, it ain't worth it. It's not. I have friends that fucking went to school for a bunch of different degrees. Are they doing it? Nope.
They ain't doing it.
Or you do it, and then you get these fucking cocksuckers. Oh, you're just out of college? All right, well, I'm going to need like 8 years experience. It's an internship.
How am I supposed to get the experience if you won't hire me so I can experience this shit?
Or in order to get them to sign off on it, I need you to do about 60 hours a week. I got school, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that, but I need you to work for free so I can make money. See, that's these people, they're not capitalist. They're old school. They're doing exactly what the old Southerners did to blacks after fucking the Civil War.
Yeah.
It's all like, it fucked all of us. I hate to say it, but they were like, oh man, I could just give them shitty terms and then they're screwed. And then us, as the workforce, will be like, well, I'll just go elsewhere. Guess what? They powwowed. They're all on the same page. 400 families own all the goddamn wealth in the country. That means those 400 fucking families can get together and be like, all right, fuck them.
Yeah.
What's the Bohemian Grove?
Oh,
all our motherfucking politicians,
yeah.
all these people go up there, Republican,
It doesn't matter.
Democrat,
It doesn't matter.
You know, if they
Doesn't
got
matter.
enough money, Libertarian, if you got enough money, Green Party, if you got enough money.
Hey, speaking of Green Party, the reason is all they give a fuck about
is green.
is green.
It's money. It's fucking a tale as old as time. You know, people at the top are gonna fucking be greedy.
Yep.
It is literally up to us to stop them. Go look up Charles I. Go look up English fucking history.
Yeah.
You know, when all that shit started, when those people started to realize the power lies within us, that is literally what the fuck our republic was built off of. You know, we just need to get enough people to fucking do something about it. You know, we started to with Bernie, and look at what they did. The DNC cheated him. Fuck you guys.
Yep.
You legit cheated him. Debbie Wasserman, fuck you. You should be hung.
That's treason. That's treason.
Like you
went
knew
against
who we
what
wanted.
The election was telling you to do.
Metaphorically hung, not fucking. I can't literally do it. It should be treason. It should be high treason. You're fucking manipulating what I wanted for the fucking person you wanted. You're lucky we're in the time we're in, because I should be able to go up to you, hit you with a fucking glove, and be like, pistols at dawn. Let's see if you can handle it. You know, because back when we did that shit, there was a lot less punk motherfuckers. There were still a lot of them, but you could get rid of them slowly.
Yeah.
You know, shit. We're going to end this. We're going to pick it up later with trans rights. No, we're not. I can't touch that shit. That's a minefield.
That's a massive minefield. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a rant today, which kills me. You know what? Yeah, I do. Motherfucker, if you're on the road and you're too fucking scared, don't be on the road. If you're too scared to handle cars being near you, do not fucking drive. Don't.
If you ride a bike and there's no one on the sidewalk, go on the sidewalk. If a cop pulls you over, stops you, tell him, hey, someone almost hit me. I got scared, so now I'm on the sidewalk. What the fuck? A pedestrian getting hit by you, you're more likely to survive. You getting hit by a car, a lot less likely to survive. Get the fuck out my way. And I don't mean you're in the bike lane. I mean you're literally, I'm in the turn lane.
If there's a bike lane,
and you're in the turn lane. You don't need to be in the turn lane. Just use the pedestrian crosswalk and do it that way. You're a fucking bike. Damn near, but you are a pedestrian. Get out of my way. I'm a car. You're a bike. Move.
My favorite are the ones where there is a bike lane. Nobody in the bike lane.
No, yeah, and they want to be in the
middle
fucking
of the
lane.
street.
Get the fuck out the way. Get the fuck out the way. I grew up riding a bike in San Francisco. Had to go to school downtown. Rode my bike downtown. Didn't get in the fucking way.
It ain't hard. It really ain't. You know, if you just don't do it. Please. Please, just don't do it. On that note,
22 skidoo.
we'll catch you next week.